Okay, guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm with Angga, and then he has accepted in
One of university in Japan,
what the name?
University of Tsukuba.
Oh yeah, University of Suba, Masya Allah. Angga, I wanna ask you something. So how can you accept it in your university? I mean the University of Cuba.
Okay.
How?
So first of all, thank you for the opportunity.
Hmm?
It is very happy to be here with you, Azam. About the question, actually, why I got accepted from University of Tsukuba. The main reason because I propose a research plan that can interest the professor in Japan.
Oh.
Basically, the idea about my research is I want to make robotics smarter than before.
Masya
So it
Allah.
really inspired them.
Ah.
So yeah, I got accepted.
Oh, so the university doesn't need like TOEFL or IELTS is one of the requirement or
The document requirement is also the same actually, like almost other universities abroad. Like you need a TOEFL, not TOEFL actually, IELTS
IELTS.
in Japan
Yes.
as well, and like how about my academic performance in my last university,
Oh.
and also about the recommendation letter for my supervisor in university in my last university, etc. So the document should be submitted, and there is a requirement about that. But the most important thing is the research plan, especially in Japan,
Oh, in Japan.
and as long as you can you can make a professor interested with what you want to
Oh.
research in the university, so I think the rest is gonna be easier.
So how many years will you study over there in the master?
For master program, it takes about 2 years.
Oh, just 2
Yeah,
years.
yeah,
Masya Allah. And
2 years.
everything is scholarship, ah?
Yeah, everything is covered by scholarship
Scholarship.
program.
Why you choose Japan University? Actually, there are a lot of universities in yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of universities in other countries as
Yes.
well, and the reason why I choose Japan because first thing first, Japan is developed country.
Oh yes, I see.
Like Singapore as well, like Australia, like US, and yeah, it is the reason why we study abroad because we want to learn something better in better country, right? So that's why I choose Japan. But the question is why I choose Japan, but why I don't choose USA, like let's say,
Yes.
or Singapore. The reason because it relates to what I propose in my research. I research about robotics, and if you talk about robot nowadays, which country has the most advanced robots in the world?
Japan,
One of them is Japan.
of course.
Right. Yeah, like Germany, they also have Japans. But the top mind, yeah, about robots in the world, Japan, I think is the most leading country in this kind of technology. So that's why I choose Japan.
Okay. Well, what is it? Are you afraid, for example, because you bring your family in Japan, but are you afraid, for example, your children doesn't study as well of the religion, and then etc. Or I think also the food also over there, uh, a lot of forbidden for our religion from our religion. Are you afraid about
Yeah.
it?
Of course, I think yeah we can worry about that, and it is very common for parents when they want to bring their children to go either study or working abroad. They sometimes worry about that. But as long as we can prepare everything, but like let's say for the children, we can prepare about the education. Where is the school that can provide excellent service, excellence program for my daughter my children's education, I think it is still fine when we want to go either study or work abroad. As long as we have prepared everything. In that case, I think if we have information about what school can provide about about the education program as well as about the religion materials or something, and yeah, and we can proceed our children to those kind of school, I think everything is fine.
Yes.
And we as parents already like list some school.
School.
Mhm. Actually it is Islamic school in Japan,
Mm.
international class, international yeah, class, and we prepare, yeah, in terms of financial preparation or something others we need to prepare, and as long as we can prepare about that, I think yeah, hopefully everything will be fine.
Masya Allah, Masya Allah. So, what's your advisor from the young generation if they wanna continue their education in Japan? So, what you wanna advise?
In Japan,
Yes.
okay. Education is really important for making better future. As individuals, as country, education is the key,
Yes.
right? I think you agree with me, and that's why to study in better countries about many topic in science or in technology, it is really important for us to be excellent, not only good but excellent in this area. And it is very good if we want, if we have a dream to study in Japan, to study not only Japan actually, to study in developed countries. It's very good if you have a dream. So try to make a dream, even you are still in SMA
Yes.
or in S1, let's say. You can make a dream about which country you want to go to study or to work, and you can be excellent when you try to learn anything from those countries. I think it is very good. So don't be afraid if you want to make a dream. It is really important. It's really important. And after you are making a dream, just make everything prepared. Let's say you prepare about the language,
Yes.
right? Language is really important. In this case, English. It's really important. You have to prepare about it. You have to prepare about the fundamental science like mathematics, physics. If you want to study about science and technology, or if you want to study about social science, of course you have to understand about sociology, about geography or something. You have to prepare about those materials very well. So study hard, and then also pray hard, and you need it. Yeah, you need it. It is not enough only making a dream. You have to prepare to achieve your dream. So it's really important, and you can prepare everything since you are in SMA or even you are still in
Yes.
S1.
Masya Allah. And then I think I see you have spirit for studying. Yeah. So what's important education in your life?
Education.
Yeah, education. Because I see you wanna become a doctor after you have finished your education from the master. You wanna be a doctor. I think the education is like really important for you. So
Okay.
why?
Yeah, education is important for me as individual, and I also consider that the education is the key for our country, Indonesia.
Yes. But I think it's enough for example after bachelor degree we do something and then make something. It's enough for us.
Yeah,
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 especially in Indonesia.
yeah. Pursuing higher education level is really important because in terms of education, when you have many, when you understand many things about the words by taking educations. Yeah, when the principle is when you have something, you can give something,
Oh.
and of course, if you graduated from bachelor degree from university, you can give
Something also.
other people
Other.
anything about what you learned from university, right?
Mm.
But yeah, you can share, you can contribute, you can teach other people only based on what you learn from university.
Mm.
The capacity level is only about the degree level,
Yes.
right? But if you achieve higher, of course, you can contribute more, you can
Yes.
give more, you can share with more, you can share more material, more contents with other people, and yeah, the principle is achieving better
Mm.
in terms of education.
Mm.
Mhm.
Mashallah. It's good,
So
huh?
yeah, that's you can give more when you have more. That's the
Yes.
principle.
Uh,
So that's why.
oh, mashallah, mashallah.
Yeah.
Uh, what am I talking again, huh? Mashallah. I think it's one so inspiring. Yeah.
Amin.
Mashallah. But
Inshallah.
the reality of Indonesia actually, I don't know. But the reality, someone after graduates from the bachelor degree, so many people like jobless.
Hmm.
Yeah, or for example, they so too difficult for
Hmm.
meeting some job.
Hmm.
After that they are free, and then it's the reality of Indonesia.
Hmm.
But how can it be?
Hmm.
Yeah, like this.
Hmm.
So what the reason? I think so many here in our country, uh, especially bachelor degree is like same high school.
Hmm.
And then when they apply for some company, they accept reject it, and then what is that?
Hmm.
Like education is same. Someone after graduation in senior high school and bachelor degree is same.
Hmm.
Uh, so how can it be? It's different like in Japan.
Hmm. Okay. Difficult question actually.
Mm.
I think mm, the key reason why it happens because
Mm.
there's no really good match between what we learned in
Mm.
university with what is expected in industry.
Mashallah.
So
Good answer.
that's why I think so many
Yes.
students nowadays they learn something is not
Yes,
really
yes.
exist in industry. They
agree, yes.
really not important. It's not so important in industry. It's
yeah.
not so important for market
Yes,
for what people right now want to do want from the product coming from the industry.
Mhm.
So it is we need to evaluate how we perform education in the countries and what kind of education that can really impact and really contribute to the industry. We need to evaluate it. We need to evaluate it, but how actually the education is going right now.
Something wrong, huh?
Something wrong.
Inside of a
Something wrong because
university.
there's no good match between the what we learn from university and what is expected from the industry. That's the first thing. Additionally, when we study about any major, any topic in university, they we don't really we are not really excited about what we learn. You know, sometimes we choose IT, but we don't like coding. Sometimes we choose to study about religion, but we don't really like fiqh or something.
Mm.
The reason because you know we need to choose something important for our life, like what kind of major we want to take in university when we are very young. You know, let's say in 17, right? 17, 18, where we don't get any full information
Yes.
about what kind of major that I will
yes.
study about it.
Yes.
it. So when we choose IT, but eventually we don't really like coding,
Yes.
that's the matter.
Oh,
they
I
they
see.
they choose something they don't really like. They choose something they don't really understand. It is a
Yes.
problem.
Oh.
It is a problem. So
Yes,
that's why someone graduate from computer science they don't really like coding. It is something wrong with the education.
Mm.
So I think for solving this problem we need older people experienced people to help younger people, yeah, when they need to choose which major they have to take in the university. They should they should be supported by experienced mentors or like senior people, so they can choose wisely
Yes.
and they can choose which topic
Yes.
they love. They know it will be important for the industry, etc. By assisted by a mentor or by experienced people. So that's really important, I think.
Yes. And then the last question, I think, for me, why Japan is so too fast to develop everything, especially the technology or the education or the everything. I think in Japan now is one of the biggest country. Yeah, I think if we compare then Indonesia is too far. Yeah, the technology and something. How can Japan like this?
Okay. Japan. Yeah, Japan is interesting country
Yes,
actually.
of course.
Mm, yeah, as you said before, Japan is very fast in growing as a country.
Yes.
Even the fact that Japan is small country
Small
compared to
country.
Indonesia,
Of
right?
course.
As long as I know, after the how to say, do you know Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombs
Yes.
accident
Yes.
in 1945, I guess, if I'm not mistaken. Japan was very desperate,
Of course.
right?
Yes.
Because it is nuclear bomb
Yes.
really destroyed the country.
Yes.
Many people died. Many infrastructure was damaged,
Damage.
right? So they were really desperate about the accident, about the bomb fall in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, two big cities in Japan. But what is inspiring from this moment is after the accident happened, like the political leader in Japan, what they really consider, what they really talk about the country is how many teacher, how many teacher
Still alive.
still alive, surviving from the disaster. That's the question. We can from the question coming from the leader, we can understand that what is really important from Japan
Teacher.
teacher. And if we talk about teacher, what kind of industry relate to teacher, correspond to teacher? Teacher working in school, right? In university, in whatever, wherever is it, related to education, right? So from this moment we can learn what is the top mind of our leader will affect what the country will be in the future. If our leader only think about money, about money, about the political positions, right, in government or something, yeah, the country will be will be like that in the future.
Will be
But
collapse also.
but if your leader think about the education,
Yes.
about the teacher, what how the children look like in the future, so that's the country is gonna be in the future. So I think it is cliche, right?
Yes.
Education is important. I think it is cliche, but it is the fact. It's what the leader think, what the Japanese leader think about the education, and that's why I still believe that if you want to change the world, even if you want to change the country, even if you want to change yourself, education is the answer. Education is the answer. So yeah, I think that's all.
Okay, good answer. Thanks very much, yeah, Mr. Angga. I think it's too useful for us, and then we can get anything. I think any knowledge from him. Thanks very much. I'm Azam, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Baik.